Hello everybody and welcome back, making another Starfield video, and in this one I'm going to be breaking down maybe a potential quest line that we could see in the game. Starting out with this first image, this is all from the Starfield gameplay reveal that was at E3 like almost a year ago now. You can see in the video below the timestamp from that YouTube video, so if you want to go back and watch it yourself you can. Starting out with this first image here, we have what I think can kind of be an important image, and that is we have a Chinese terracotta warrior in this glass case, and we see a bunch of other glass cases, but this specific one I'm pointing out because this Chinese terracotta warrior came from Earth about 2,200 something years ago, from like the time we are living. So yeah, it appears to be someone is collecting ancient artifacts from Earth. And that leads us into this next image, which is where we have this guy. We can also see these glass cases that were like in the previous room. We also have this ring structure, and we'll get into that in a minute. But I think this dude is a collector of Earth artifacts, and I think that's what is important about this game, and that's kind of why I started the video with that quote, is I think Starfield is trying to be more than just space. What it's trying to do is it's trying to make people think about the questions that have plagued people in the past, like why are we here, how did we get here, stuff like that. So to understand that, I think you have to understand the past so you can understand where we're going in the future, and I think that's part of what Starfield is trying to do and tell people to get them thinking about those kind of questions. And with this theory, it goes into this next image, which is your player. He's standing on the surface of Mars, and we know this is Mars because this is the Spirit rover, which in like 2009 got stuck in some sand, and we shortly after that lost contact. So it could just be a set piece like on Mars or whatever, but it's interesting that your player is exploring that area. And then that leads into this next image, which is some kind of NASA museum or whatever, and we have the moon lander here, and then in the foreground we have the moon rover with the satellite and this little gold piece on it. We have the Gemini shuttle, we have the Apollo shuttle. So we have a lot of old NASA artifacts here, and I think that this could potentially be like a place where the player goes to recover some old NASA database that maybe like in the past, like in 2050 or whatever from Starfield, that NASA detected some kind of signal, and maybe that's why we're going here, is to recover that database to further explore the universe and give it to that collector. And then that kind of leads me into this next theory, where if we can understand our past, maybe it's connecting to this base here, this temple, whatever this is. Like maybe we're trying to understand ourselves so we can understand whatever this thing is. Like maybe this is some kind of secret to the answer of life, or it's just the next step in humanity. And part of me thinks that is because of this final thing right here. It's kind of like a big bang. It like everything kind of shrinks into it. So like maybe we're getting the answers to the universe or something like that. It's just like, this is such a weird artifact or alien thing. We also see these rings that we saw in the room with the collector. There was like a broken ring. So we know these rings play an important part in Starfield, and it's just trying to answer what this is. And I think that that's part of Starfield, is understanding your past so you can understand your future. So I'm going to leave you off with that. Hope you enjoyed this video. Leave a like, subscribe, let me know what else you want me to talk about in Starfield, and we'll catch you next time.